Hi everyone, this is Zachary Gura of ShortLifeLongRoad.com, and today I briefly wanted to talk about keeping your head clear. We're constantly being bombarded with tons of information, whether it be through social media, the news, video games, TV, whatever it is. We're constantly being bombarded with far too much. And based on the interactions and conversations I've had with friends and family members, it's causing a lot of anxiety and depression. And it really doesn't take a whole lot of research to find that it's kind of happening to our entire society. People are being diagnosed with anxiety and depression at record rates. And I think I read something where teen suicide is at its highest it's ever been, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But regardless, I think that all this media that we're consuming is poisoning our minds. And I know from experience that it has made my own brain a little bit cloudy, a little foggy, and I felt like I wasn't thinking straight. So this video is kind of just a few tips on what worked for me to kind of get a little bit of clarity in my brain and get a little bit more grounded, both feet on the ground and understanding the world I live in. The first tip that I have to give, and actually before I say that, I have to say that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. I did study psychology, but it's not something that I currently study or I'm actively researching. So if you are suffering through severe anxiety or depression, I do recommend seeking professional help. They are the ones capable of handling, those types of issues. But for your average Joe, somebody that knows that my brain's a little foggy, I don't know where I stand on certain political issues, or I'm feeling anxious and I don't really know why, I think these tips are more geared for those types of things. So the first thing that I have to recommend, and I have to say, and it worked for me, and I believe in my heart that it will work for everybody, but the first thing you should try is put the phone down. Put the phone down and keep it down. Don't turn it over. Don't look at any sort of social media program out there. Don't read the news. It is contributing to whatever is going on in your brain. I promise you that. Put it down for as long as possible. And the longer you keep it down, the clearer your head will be. And you'll see that it's true. If you find yourself reaching for your phone during that put it down time, let's just say decide you want to put it down for the rest of the night or something, but you've reached for it 5, 6, 7 times, then you know that you're addicted to it. And that's contributing to your anxiety and the cloudy thinking that you're experiencing. So that's a good kind of a good indicator of what or where the problem might be coming from. So the first step, at least for me, put the phone down. The second one was to get rid of politics. I know it feels like we need to address all these issues. I know it feels like we need to care about all of them. And I think in some degree we should. And let me broaden the politics statement. Let me say that stop looking at the news, really. Because it doesn't, if you can't fix it, you can't fix the drought in Florida. You can't fix the hurricane that's about to hit, or the tropical storm about to hit Florida. You can't do any of that. So you have to try to condense the amount of information that you're reading, whether it be politics, world events, whatever. Condense it so that way you're only focused on the things that you can control. Otherwise, it's going to drive you mad. Mass shootings, this and that. It's just going to exacerbate your anxiety. And I hate to say it, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So just worry about the immediate, what's right in front of you. And with that being said, it's beneficial to try and only absorb information that allows you to grow as an individual. Whatever Biden's doing or what Trump was doing, it doesn't necessarily make you a better person one way or another, or where you stand on a certain issue doesn't necessarily make you a better person or makes you grow as an individual. So you have to try to weed out the information that's pointless. There's nothing to do with your goals, your dreams, and who you are as a person, and focus on the things that will help you realize your dreams or allow you to have an actual impact on the world. And it doesn't matter where you stand on it. It's more about, if you're taking too much, you feel like you're going to be overwhelmed with all of that, and it just, again, contributes to your anxiety. And the the last tip, I guess I have to say, and it kind of coincides with the first and second one, it's just that be present in the present. If you get rid of your phone, you get rid of your devices, stop reading the news so much, stop looking at social media, it will allow you to be present in the present. It will allow you to be more involved in the interactions that you have with other individuals. It will allow you to appreciate your surroundings. And I have an example of this. I walk my dog every day, and it helps me clear my mind too. That's another tip. I guess a bonus tip you could say, workout. But I was walking my dog the other day, and I didn't have my headphones in. I left my phone at home, and for the first time in probably the longest time, I realized what a great day it was. The sun was shining, there was a nice breeze. I was just taking everything in, and I don't feel like we do that enough. And I think, again, that also contributes to our anxiety because we're looking at our phones, we're looking at our devices. We're too focused on external forces when we should be focused on whatever is immediate, whatever is present. And I think it's a lot more fulfilling. It allows our brain to isolate whatever it is we're working on or looking at or whatever it is we're doing, instead of taking in billions of different pieces of information and trying to process them all at once. Instead, we're focused on whatever the task at hand is. So, like I said, these are the things that worked for me, and I know this was kind of a basic video. You're probably already aware of these tips, but give it a try. I think it's beneficial for everybody. And if I can just add one more side note, I guess, or just a couple additional tips, I like to work out. That helps clear the mind as well. Put the phone down, don't look at it the whole workout. Clears the head right up, especially after a very stressful day. And then the other thing is avoid substances, addictive substances. You can be addicted to your phone. If you find yourself reaching for it constantly, scrolling endlessly, or flicking through TV channels, it's all the same. But addictive substances like alcohol, all that kind of stuff, it can contribute to your addiction. And a good therapist will try to figure out if your anxiety or your depression caused you to drink or smoke or whatever the heck you do, or vice versa. Maybe you drinking alcohol and then you're not constantly feeding that addiction is causing your anxiety. But that's another point for probably another video, but those are just a couple tidbits that I thought I'd throw in there. Anyway, this has been Zachary Guerrero of Short Life, Long Road. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say here. Please leave your comments in the comment section, like and share, of course, as always. And as usual, keep moving forward. Do the best you can in this world. Fight through the anxiety. Push through and do the things that you need to do to cure yourself of it and allow your brain to stay focused. You'll feel a lot better. Your head will be clear if you follow those tips that I suggest. Oh, one more thing I forgot, that I also try to meditate too. Just deep breathing, not like full-on meditation like the Buddhists do. Just practicing my breathing every now and then in stressful situations, or when I find myself looking at things too much, or I feel like I can't get away from YouTube. I gotta watch YouTube constantly. Deep breaths over and over and over. Helps clear the mind. I promise you. Give it a try. Anyway, this has been Zachary Guerrero of Short Life, Long Road. Keep moving forward.